Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling here on twitch.tv/tabletop-rolls. I hope everyone is having a fantabulous evening tonight. I myself am having a very good night as well. So, announcements, here they are. We got other shows on this channel. Saturday, not this week, but next Saturday, Matt, Chad, and me are going to be doing something fun. And honestly, McKenna, Rose, Maya, this is open to you as well if this is something you want to participate in. Chad, what are we doing next week?
So we are, I had to make sure my mic was on. We are doing a draft for a fantasy league, but it's of game releases. So we're drafting groups of games that are supposed to, or we believe will come out this year. And we gain or lose points based on how well they end up reviewing in aggregate using OpenCritic, I think is the source they pull from. And yeah, so just kind of, it's like if they score above a certain amount, you get points. If they score below a certain point, you lose points. Yeah. We'll just see who can kind of figure out what games will be liked.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing next week. This week we won't have a stream at night because Matt and I have an event to go to. It is Squishy's birthday. But in the afternoon...
It's also my birthday on Saturday.
Yes. In the afternoon of that day, I'm going to be doing a very special Magic the Gathering stream where I'm going to be opening a collector's booster box of New Phyrexia, as well as 14 set boosters.
And I will likely be in the chat doing, like, the supporting cast of JoJo and just reacting to everything. Oh my god!
I mean, do you want to be on Zoom and do it?
I mean...
We can.
I'll think about
it. But yeah, so that's what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow night we have Squishy's thing, so we can't stream. But the Sunday, we're back with Stardew Sunday. Woot woot, Stardew Sunday. I love Stardew Sunday. It's one of the best things of my week. I love Stardew Valley. It's so relaxing, and it makes my brain go burr. Then, speaking of making my brain go burr, on Monday, we get to hang out with some of my favorite characters that I get to play with, being Avi, and Ophelia, and Charlotte, and Igara in the Strength of Thousands AP. Woot. So we're doing that. McKenna plays Avi in that. Matt GMs that. And that's a Pathfinder 2e adventure path. Then on Tuesday, for now we're still off, but we might have a surprise show coming back on Tuesday. It all depends on the other half of that show, but we might be having a show come back on Tuesday nights. A show where I did co-op games with someone. Then, on Wednesday, the League of Amazing Adventurers, our Pathfinder 2e homebrew game, our headlining act, the first campaign that we ran on this channel, is in its final arc. Our party has time traveled. They have been split across a massive futuristic city that's in the past because it got destroyed by a magical weapon of mass destruction. And they need to get back together before the spell ends, or they might be trapped in the past, and then we'll have to have a whole Samurai Jack arc.
That would mean prolonging the campaign, no?
That would mean prolonging the campaign even more.
I felt that last was unnecessary.
It's fine. I really enjoy running League. It's fun. Thursdays, we are off. Go watch Critical Role. Campaign 3 is really good. I'm enjoying it. They had a really cool mini last week. Then, Friday, we have The Astral Calling. It's the show you're watching right now. And speaking of that show that you're watching right now, let me introduce to you the cast of likable, loving, and amazing characters that we have today. We have, of course, joining us, just as they have every week, Rash, played by Maya. Say hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya. Yeah, I play Rash Raglas, your resident Gabo grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
Going from Gobbo Grandmas to Moth Children, we have Chad playing Vim.
I don't know if child's right, but I don't think there's actually a definitive answer to that. So we'll go with it.
I mean,
Nebulous age.
The larval.
He's a small boy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's little. It's just the age is
small
nebulous.
boy.
Just wait till you get your moth form and I start making Mothman jokes. I'm so excited.
The growth spurt.
Yeah. Someone who has already gone through their growth spurt in character. We have Darius, played by Matt.
May the spark of creation guide you all.
Next up, directly below Matt on the overlay, we have the TikTok renowned McKenna playing Evie at McKenna Rayart on TikTok. Did you post a TikTok before this, McKenna?
I did, and hopefully it doesn't. Something funky went on Wednesday, so hopefully there is no algorithmic funkery tonight. If you want to go watch it, it's cute. It's about animal companions and Pepper's in it. And it's only 5 seconds long, so, you know.
I'm looking forward to watching that after stream today. And last but not least, the, some might say, moon of the party. The Rose playing Luna. And it's fine. It's fine to call Rose the Sailor Moon of the party because Shy is not here to hit Rose with a scooter.
Oh God, Shy, please don't attack me. I love Sailor Moon too. It's okay. We can both have it.
Yeah. I hope everyone's doing really well tonight. Chat, I hope you're doing really well. A few reminders before we get into the campaign proper. Number one, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching here on YouTube. Or if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube and haven't followed us yet on Twitch, come over to Twitch and give us a follow. Twitch.tv, Tabletop Rolls. That's my senseless shilling. So, I think it's time for us to get right back into the campaign. Now, when we last left our heroes, they had just recently escaped the planet that they had crash landed on. That was being used as an ecological experiment by a group of scientists who digitalized their consciousness into a synthetic hive mind. With their help, our party repaired a ship on the planet, and during that process, discovered the ship's sentience, and began to make their way off of the planet with the two people that escaped with them, Aaron Hart, an astral elf young noble, and Millis, a gnomish travel blogger who did little interviews with the entire party while they were repairing the ship. As they were exiting the planet, the sun that the planet was orbiting began to go supernova. But before we get to that, we're going to go to another spot in the universe. On a very large and long, almost Art Deco style SpellJammer. Pillars on the outside of it. Just very pretty, gold fillery. Huge ship, like hundreds of people on it. You see a room, basically, crew quarters. A big old engineering room. You see some people like working on some stuff. And you see a number of people just kind of sitting back and lounging. One of which is a cat centaur person, very similar to Darius. As she is sitting there, someone comes in and says, "Hey, Ensign, you'll want to take a look at this." And they toss her what appears to be a holographic scroll version of those wanted posters. And like things that start scrolling through. Lots of people wanted. Astral divers attacking again? Yeah, check it out. I think I'll get a laugh out of it. And as the things continue to scroll and scroll and scroll, it eventually comes to Darius's picture. And you just, as we're pulling away and returning to the party, you hear a very hearty, "What the hell did he do?" And yeah, we return now to our party. So, you're all on the bridge of the ship that you have yet to name. And the sun behind you has begun going supernova. The ship is like blaring like sirens, like.
What button do I press to go fast?
Big old red button beside you.
Bob.
All right.
What
so,
if that was the Egypt button?
I'm dead, I guess.
Rip.
Will, just a heads up.
Yes.
You are oddly to the left of your frame on stream.
Yeah, I just
Oh yeah, you're
realized
not
that.
quite
There we
centered.
go. Now I'm centered. But
I mean, if you were leaving room for all your hand gestures, it would make perfect sense.
I mean, I was making a lot of hand gestures. But we are going to immediately begin rolling initiative.
Oh.
We're doing a happy little skills challenge.
Interesting.
Oh.
To avoid the space cops?
Yes.
You keep doing this to me.
It's a really simple thing. Your goal
Bad.
is to avoid being burnt to a crisp by a sun going supernova.
Oh.
Here's the fun thing, guys. What if we all refused to roll anything and just dare Will to kill us all in the 4th episode of the
He
campaign?
would do it.
Yeah, I don't want to take that dare.
I wouldn't put past him.
Yeah.
I have not killed a character.
Yet.
I have not killed a player character in any of our shows.
Because of Squishy.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. Literally
contributed.
necessarily. Calder would not be a god, and we would not have this bounty hunter on our ass were it not for Squishy saving her ass at level 2 from some very vicious quippers.
Oh, just wait till you meet the space. Quippers.
God, that was so
Space
funny.
quippers.
Just to wait till you have to deal with
Quippers.
space quippers. But in all seriousness, Rash, you're up first. You're on the main bridge of the ship here. What would you like to do? How do you want to try to help you? How do you want to help either like deal with this problem? What do you want to do?
Rash is not so good at the science or the hands-on technology, so she's going to leave the board operation to Evie, and she's going to look out the window. Can I like assess like any physical thing I can do to like boost the ship at all?
Yeah,
Like batten down this.
Make me if you want, you can to look for something like that. You can make me a perception check.
Okay.
All right.
Oh no.
That is
Friendly reminder, you have one hero
Starting
point at
off
the start of
strong.
every
One
You
hero
don't have a
point.
hero point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it right at the start.
All right. I will add 2 failures to the
Oh,
track.
thank you, Sarah.
You have 6 failures remaining.
Cool.
He says that like failures are an expendable resource.
Wait. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh no. I mean, thank you, Sarah, but also, oh no.
All right. Yeah, as you're looking about for something, the ship's lights just start blinking very violently, and you're blinded for a second. Luna, you're up.
Okay, Luna is going to try to make the ship go faster by throwing heavy things overboard.
Make me an athletics check. If you want to
Okey-doke.
go and move some like heavy sort of like debris, because there was a whole bunch of like debris and stuff that was left on the ship for Darius to play with, so you can definitely push some of that out.
Oh.
I chuck his debris.
Poor Darius.
That is
Not the-
a
Wait, I was trying to study the ship. What happened?
We threw you
I'm
overboard.
throwing your debris overboard.
No, my craft materials. I make things with that.
Well,
I mean,
Tennising
it was
them.
jail.
it was getting rust on the floor, I guess. So.
Evie, you're up.
All right. I think I'm going to try to divert power from, unnecessary sources to the sources that are necessary.
Make me
I think I'm going to make an Arcana check.
Arcana sounds perfect for that.
Come on, Arcana. 22.
22, that's a
22.
success.
Ooh.
Nice. Hey, your successes and fails are even now. Yeah, you managed to divert some power from air conditioning and no majorly needed systems like life support still intact and all of that.
Who needs gravity anyway?
But you managed to divert
there goes gravity.
You managed to divert enough
There
power
goes
to
gravity.
definitely get a little bit of a speed boost. Vim, you're up. Keeping in mind that this ship is a sentient creature.
Yeah, I mean, I can't persuade the sun to stop doing what it's doing, so I guess I can try the ship.
Yeah, the ship is panicking. Like, it is red blaring sirens and beeps.
You know what? We're gonna return to the universal language, and I'm gonna try to soothe it with some music.
All right.
Are you doing a performance?
Yeah.
Music soothes the savage
You're
ship.
hurdy-gurdy.
Yep.
The ship is blaring. The lights are flashing. The sun is exploding.
Hurdy-gurdy slow jams.
This little worm just yoinks out a hurdy-gurdy and is like...
More of a caterpillar, but
Here's my new
Aggressively
lo-fi
soothes.
beats on the hurdy-gurdy.
23, that's a success. Yeah, the ship, the blaring of the sirens definitely quiets down, but the lights are still going at that point. Darius, it is your turn now.
I imagine I cannot use a medicine check.
I do not doubt you.
I only
will.
ask because it's my highest skill.
I mean, how would you justify using a medicine check?
I would use my medicine check, reflecting on the knowledge that the ship is sentient, has hopes and dreams and fears and anxiety, and would know that possibly the best route to help improve our chances here would be get the ship focused and kind of calm. So I might try and just, in the midst of all this chaos, sit down, get as much contact with the ship floor as possible, reach out a gentle hand to the wall. What is it? Give the ship maybe a guidance and just say, "You got this. We all believe in you."
Doing the magical
I'll give you
medicine of
persuasion.
therapy.
I'll give you persuasion with advantage.
I was trying to use medicine. I don't want to use persuasion. My persuasion is -1.
With advantage.
It's medicine though. It's
Yeah. I'm
listen,
using
you're a
psychology.
doctor.
Is
You are a
health.
doctor of
Yes.
psychiatry or psychology.
If you're not going to let me use
counts.
medicine, I'll use athletics then.
Okay, how do you want to use athletics?
I will use athletics
Lord, no.
to try and just ensure that no parts go flying around, that no one is going to get hit by something that's been knocked loose, like
Yeah.
the heavy spice rack's going to fall off the wall and crush our little grandma, and I'm just going to reach up, no.
Okay, make me athletics.
I'm hero pointing that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I don't know that
21.
now one might pass.
Success. Yeah, you
All right.
managed to stop a few things from falling and hitting basically Vim and Rash on the head.
I am probably the tallest person here.
Speaking of Rash, it is Rash's turn.
All right.
At this point, Rash, the
Well-
sun has now basically almost fully collapsed in on itself.
Cool. Tight. Well, Darius already used athletics, so he can't do 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Can I do acrobatics to strap down any sort of flying things that are already flying around?
Yeah, I'll let you make an acrobatics for that.
Yes. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're back,
That is
baby.
a success. You're at 5 successes. You're almost halfway there. Luna.
She's just jumping from object to object, just
Luna, since nobody else seems to want to talk to the ship, and I know that it's sentient, so I'm gonna talk to the ship and say, "Hey, it's okay. What's the worst that could happen? Like, even if we all blew up, we wouldn't even know it. And we're gonna persuade the ship that it'll all be fine. Yeah. Is that a success?
That was a failure.
I have 2 hero points, so thank you, Sarah, for this nat 20.
Sarah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Never
the ship
will
is
be,
fully calmed
will
down.
be.
The ship is fully calmed down at this point. It is no longer blaring sirens or anything, and it does seem to be almost like helping out with trying to maintain power and such. Evie, it's your turn.
So this star collapsing is going to create a black hole, yes? That is typically what happens with stars, yes?
I mean, yes, that's typically what
die?
happens with stars when they die.
Would you consider that gravitational pull a grapple?
A grapple?
Are you doing it a
Grapple.
post-grapple?
Now, McKenna, let me just ask you... I'm going to ask you a quick question here. Are you trying to pitch to me the fact that gravity is a grapple on the ship that you are piloting, so you will get to use the ooze ancestry ability to have advantage on this?
Yes!
Gravity is a harness.
You
You have
realize that
harnessed
if I
the
say
harness.
yes to this, you will be able to be
Precedent.
like, this creates precedent.
I don't know.
Here, give me one.
I don't
second.
know
I'm
who
just-
the precedent is.
I need a second to figure out one little thing, and that little thing is
Oh, man.
how much damage will this cause me in the future if I say yes? You know what? Fuck it. Yes.
Yes!
Go for it, McKenna.
Okay, putting on that advantage toggle. Here we go. That's a 19.
19, that's some fancy flying, Evie.
Evie's doing some fancy flying. She's like, okay.
Vim.
Okay, we can do this. We can do this.
And
The
the ship
probability of
seems to be
surviving
helping
this
you.
is very high.
Yeah, the ship seems to be helping you.
Yeah.
It's not mad at you anymore.
Let's see here.
Oh, thank
What?
God.
Ship's calmed down, so what can I do? Would survival be a thing here?
We're trying to survive, so yeah.
Yeah, just not sure what I would be doing exactly.
Trying not to get.
Maybe you could, like, divert power from life operation systems temporarily to allow us to divert that energy towards speed. Says somebody who's not Luna.
Figure out the maximum amount of power you can take away from life support. I'd let that be a survival.
Oh, okay, so apparently
Says
my
somebody who's
survival
not
checks.
Luna.
Apparently my survival checks are how close we can get to killing us to survive. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, apparently that's what my survival.
that works.
No, 22.
What's the minimum required to live?
That's a success. Yeah, you activate the minimum amount of life support needed to live.
We don't need to breathe that much.
Darius,
I can hold my breath for an hour, actually.
it's a
so
little
that's
bit
good idea.
colder in the ship now, but otherwise, you're good to go. What do you want to do?
I got a sweater, so it's like whatever.
You do have a sweater.
Back to you, Matt.
Back to you, Magic.
So
Mike.
I want to use no. So I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
divert power from the deflectors to the thrusters.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Could I? I'm thinking. I can't use athletics again, and I can't use medicine. Those are my two best skills, other than insight, which I don't think is particularly helpful right now. And unless I could use insight to just like identify something we need to pay attention to or fix or something.
If you want, you can make an insight check to get a read on the ship. I'll let you do that.
Okay, you know what? I'll do that.
Okay, roll it.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
What's happening?
I'm just going to
Sad
add 2
day.
failures to the failure track there. The ship seems to be perfectly fine. No underlying anxiety whatsoever. Rash, it's your turn.
Time to make some tea then.
Yeah.
All right. let's see. You know what? I'll go athletics to. Well, you know what? I'm gonna talk to the ship as well, and I'm gonna be like, hey, what can I do? What can I do to help us get out of here faster? And yeah, I don't know what check you want to call that.
That would be a persuasion check.
Cool. Oh God.
Not so cool? Would you like to intimidate the ship into going faster?
Good.
Pass on to it?
Would you like to scare the ship into going faster?
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, I said performance, not intimidation.
I volunteered intimidation for you in case that was better.
That was worse.
Oh,
Or intimidation. My intimidation and persuasion are the same. It's -1.
Oh,
The
ew.
intimidation.
Never mind. We don't want that.
Yeah, no. Can I? Will you allow me to make a performance check if I add some Grandma Jojon to it?
We're
Oh.
putting a lot of things that I'm setting precedent for in the future in the skills challenge right now, and it's worrying me. But go
Fine,
ahead.
fine.
Go ahead.
Do persuasion.
No, go ahead with the
Like it,
performance.
though.
That's fine. Go with the performance. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
What type of grandma zhuzh are you adding to the performance?
She's gonna go up to the main hub of the machine, and she's gonna massage the board, and she's like, all right, all right, Miss Scarby, let's see what we can do about speeding up. Yes, I think that we got this in the bag. I think that we can do this. You and me, baby, you and me.
Roll your performance check.
But she's gonna like psych up the ship by like doing like whatever the equivalent is of like, you know, in a boxing ring when you're like hyping up the boxer and like massaging their shoulders and like that, but the ship.
Okay. Roll me the performance. That is a failure.
I'm gonna use the point. I'm using the hero point.
Use your hero point.
Jesus.
Oh, did you click it?
Did you roll it again? I don't see it.
Hang on one second. There it is.
Oh.
Still a failure.
Jesus.
That brings
My
up
prediction
to
late earlier is going to come
Oh.
true. Will's going to kill us all.
Oh my
that's
God. Well,
great.
Y'all have one more failure to your name. Luna.
And it's Luna's turn. I was gonna try to do something funny, but I don't think that now is the time.
But you don't think we can risk it?
Well, I was gonna do history again because last time I got a nat 20.
So you need right now,
but-
just to give you all context, you have one failure left before you failed the skills challenge.
Right. So
And you have 3 successes.
We're not gonna do that. Ugh. Okay. Wait, did my nat 20 count for 2 successes?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah. There
These
was a
are-
critical.
I
Check.
would like to roll deception to motivate the ship by telling the ship that don't worry, I'll bake a cake if you can get us out. I'll bake a cake for you if we can get us out of here. Luna doesn't know how to bake
Now,
a cake.
depending on how well Luna bakes that cake in the future, I might say that's intimidation.
Luna doesn't know
But
how
for
to
now,
bake a cake.
Roll
Well,
a
it's
deception
deception.
check.
19.
Success. The promise of this ship for cake has definitely calmed it down a bit. Hopefully this cake is not a lie. Evie.
The cake is a lie.
Damn it.
Sorry,
so-
Dad.
Oh wow, depending on this, it might all come down to Vim or Darius. Oh no, it'll all come down to Vim.
Unless
No pressure, though. No
unless
pressure.
McKenna gets a nat 20.
Unless I fail right now. Who knows? It could be me. I could fail. I could nat 20. I think it's gonna be another Arcana check from me.
All right, roll it.
Oh, that's a critical failure. Oh, let's use that hero point, gang.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's gonna be a failure from me with a 4 on the die face,
And-
and absolutely nothing I can do about it.
Wait. Does anybody have a hero point for the chat?
That
Chat,
brings
please.
us.
A hero point has already been
Can't
used.
hero
Already
point,
been
hero point.
used. And that
no.
means that is a failure. McKenna, as Evie is like madly trying to punch the power just a little bit more because of all the different power fluctuations that have been happening, you try to punch it, you push it a little bit, and then everything just goes black.
Oh.
The ship is really gonna hate you.
And
Did the
as
sun go out?
as it goes black, the sun also has gone black. It is out. And then it's very bright. Very, very bright. And the ship shakes. Everything is shaking. Everyone make me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check or saving throw?
Saving throw to hold on to your hats. Quite literally, DC is 12.
Advantage on that.
Fail. Fail. Success.
Hang on. I get advantage on dex saves.
Use it. Success. We just need Darius's dexterity saving throw. Fail.
Nope.
All right. Anyone who failed is going to take the full amount of this damage. Anyone who succeeded will take half. 15 points of damage to anyone who failed.
Not great at level 3, but
And
manageable.
basically get flung into the walls of the ship and hit your head very hard. It's 15 points of bludgeoning. In addition to that, I need everyone to now make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, 21.
Success. 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 Darius failed.
Oh, let me start working on my new character.
Success. Anyone who
a
failed the
good thing I did
Constitution
PBR.
save is going to be blind for 1 minute. As you've been blinded by the light.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But everyone else, now that that's happened, you can see behind you where the sun should now be a black hole, there is another sun.
Huh.
And streaking through space, coming just beside you all, just beside the ship, is a massive phoenix. A phoenix the size of a star. And as it, flaps its wings, it leaves and it goes into basically astral space. And you see this thing flying into astral space. It is a absolutely beautiful sight. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of a thing to see.
Oh. Well, sucks to be Darius. That's so sad. He's the only one who failed the con save.
By 1.
Who said that?
And after about a minute, the ship's power systems come back on.
I can breathe again. I was holding my breath.
Are you upset again?
Oh, did we need to hold our breath?
No.
Or was that a
The
limit
way,
thing?
with the way spelljammers work, there's a bubble of air around your spelljammer at all times that the longer you travel, it slowly goes bad. So you're fine.
Love that.
But in all seriousness, the ship...
So Luna was just holding her breath.
Well, after the life support thing.
Yeah. Life support's more...
I didn't know what I was
Actually,
doing.
Gravity...
She thought she was holding her breath. She was making a bubble with her mouth, but still breathing through her nose, and she just thought she was holding her breath. So
I can hold my breath for the longest time.
Meanwhile, Evie actually can hold her breath for an hour. It's just what are you doing?
Adorable.
I want to check in with the ship.
The ship is not
Did they-
answering your calls.
I'm still massaging the dashboard.
I mean, it's not blaring any alarms or anything. And It's not like actively trying to do anything right now. It's just kind of on, and if an object could catch its breath after a very big scare, the object is catching its breath.
Darius is just going to kind of look around with their lack of sight at the moment, make a little then pass their hands over their eyes and cast Lesser Restoration.
Sight.
Ah, well, that was an alarming couple seconds.
See the tail end of the phoenix flying into astral space.
Oh.
And it has replaced itself. The sun is there, and then the planet has now phased back into existence.
There are so many reasons why none of this should have worked. Let's just keep flying the ship.
Magic.
I'm gonna immediately start looking. I'll leave that to you all. I'm immediately going to going to assess any damage that may need to be repaired.
I am very bludgeoned.
Oh, I'm going to.
I will come with you, Kitty. I will, and I jump on his back.
All right, we're gonna have to make a little saddle for me at one point. I'm gonna just take our dear little plasmoid's hands in mine, and I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds for you.
Thank you. I was at 6 hit.
Boop and boop. So that's gonna be 9, and then I'm gonna give one of those to myself. Actually, 6 for me.
Nice.
Oh, is everybody hurt? Is anybody
Little bit.
not? Okay.
I mean, I do have 2 more Cure Wounds, but then I'm completely out of level 1 spells.
I was gonna just do some lay on hands. If people
I'm
want.
good. I get that hurt because I took half damage from it, I think.
Yeah.
So, Vim, I'll give you 5 points, and I'll give myself 10.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Cool.
I am going
I
to
will
just
take it.
run around, gently walk around the ship
Ironheart
carefully.
comes running into the bridge, and just like looks panicked. Okay, I caught her, so she's not dead, but she's unconscious. Can someone come and help me wake Millis up?
Ooh.
And you see that
going-
Ironheart has what looks to be like a gash just across his face as well, like some part
What
of the ship.
happened?
Some
really
part
low
of
on
the
the
ship
dexterity
came
saves.
loose when things happened, and I got a little bit stabbed. It's fine.
Cure Wounds on the unconscious.
All right. So Ironheart leads you into basically Millis's into the common room, right outside of the kitchenette that you all have in the ship, and Millis is just laid unconscious on the couch. You heal her up. What happened?
Attempt at reassuring. A star blew up, but it's fine. It's done.
Okay. I just
Kind
survived
of
the star
blew
exploding.
in a little bit more like went inward.
An implosion?
Yeah.
We are good now. And then Rash pulls out a little bag of spare baked cookies from her apron pocket and hands it to Millis.
Millis starts eating them, just
We're either good or we're free falling into eternity. It's one of the two.
The ship is moving. You're good. The ship is.
Oh, I know we're moving. He's just not being very reassuring.
Yeah.
I want to look around to see what broke on the ship.
Yeah. Make me a
Because
perception
clearly
check.
something's rattling around.
Reassuring. I have a pocket full of mending if we need it.
Same.
I've got a pocket full of mending.
Can I roll investigation?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. 23.
Yeah, you easily find all the
There's
spots.
your good rolls.
There's a bunch of ceiling tiles that have fallen off in Millis's chambers, and in the common area there's a strut that's a load-bearing strut that's popped down, and that's probably what caused Ironheart to get the scratch. And Millis will say that literally popped down and hit her right in the head, so she went bonk, and then she was out.
Ooh. I'm gonna fix it.
Rash is just gonna get to work cleaning up. She's gonna pull out of her giant brooms and just get to work cleaning up the debris.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna fix the strut. If you want, I can do Tinker's tools. Or
If you want to use your mending, you can just do it with mending. The break is...
Yeah, I'll use a mending.
The break is small enough that mending can work.
Mending.
Oh, do I not have mending? I thought I had mending. I don't have mending.
You just pointed out to me I do, because that fits with my character.
Fair enough. Between Evie and Darius, the ship repairs take about half a day. Whereas
It's an honest day's work.
In flux. But yeah, after that, it's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time everything is repaired and done and dusted. And the ship seems to be fine. A little bit shaken.
But not stirred?
Yes.
I am waiting for the consequences of our failure.
I think the consequences were the bludgeoning damage, right?
Those were the short-term consequences.
You fixed the ship.
Rash is gonna, after she's done cleaning up most of the debris and dumping it out, one of the trash chutes, she's gonna
Space trash.
she's gonna pat the ship down and like, to the best of your ability, can you communicate to me whether you are okay, are like physically okay, and just shaken?
Lights dim slightly.
Hmm?
The lights dim slightly.
Okay.
And then they get a little bit brighter.
Okay. So that's a yes or that's a no?
When you said that's a yes, the lights dim slightly and then get brighter.
Okay. How can I help you? How can we help?
No response.
Okay. Well, in that case, Rash is gonna do what she does best, and that she's gonna go to the kitchen and just start turning on the fire and stuff like that, and just like making a nice comfort food meal for everybody.
Nice.
And also
What
just
does Rash
hoping.
consider comfort food?
Oh, glad you asked.
That's what I was about to do.
Does a goblin grandmother consider comfort food?
So a lot of what I imagine goblin comfort food is equal parts like junk food and also like anything sort of like reduced down to like almost like, think fermented but fat, but like in the nice restaurant kind of way. Like that's what comfort food is to Rash, is like really nice, like a salad with a like vinaigrette, or like a really like rare steak but with like a reduced wine sauce on top of it, like stuff like that. But like I'm talking like the steak is bloody.
Right.
That's what constitutes comfort food for Rash. Also,
Glad I asked.
concerned, every single creature on the planet has like can view potatoes as comfort food, so there will also be helpings of potatoes.
Potatoes!
Taters.
Potatoes.
Potatoes are one of the few vegetables that can be grown on pretty much any planet in the universe.
And just giant smash pot. Smash it.
Nice.
Giant smash pot.
Yeah.
What is taters, precious?
Yes.
You make a really nice meal for everyone.
Oh.
The ship's kind of on like an autopilot right now. Like the ship's moving, but it's not like moving quickly. If you go to like push it forward, it's a little bit hesitant.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, maybe give me a little bit of time. Like, we'll keep moving, but I'm moving at a slightly slower rate for a bit.
Luna has spent this entire time just hugging the side of the ship.
I mean, it's a good use of time.
It's done like it's probably like a door area that you're hugging, and like after like 10 minutes of you being there, the ship has actually like caused the metal of the door frame to like expand slightly, so you can get your arms all the way around it.
Yeah.
Evie is again
okay.
gingerly tiptoeing around the ship because I think she's worried. No, she's not worried. She's very certain that she has upset it and that it's not happy with her.
Oh, decidedly, the ship is doing nothing to fuck with Evie.
I don't think that convinces her that she is on good terms with the ship.
That's
because
fair.
I think she feels like that final like shutdown, that was on her, and she's.
You got to remember the opposite of love is hate. It is indifference.
Yes.
So.
Precisely.
As Luna is hugging the ship,
Yeah.
Ironheart's going to kind of wander up to next to Luna.
Oh, you got a thing on your...
The ship kind of cut me a bit. It's fine. It'll heal up in a day.
ship.
I mean, it happened with all the bruises, so, ceiling beam fell, it bonked Millis on the head, knocking her out, and I just got a little cut, so. I think between the two of us, I came out of it with the better deal, personally.
Yeah.
But, Luna, probably not today now, because I think we've kind of been roughed up a little bit. But I was wondering if I could ask you a small favor.
Yes.
While I was at my school, during that time, I kind of got teleported away due to a contingency spell on a ward that I was wearing. The reason that this happened was because in a sparring match with one of my fellow archducal candidates, someone from another duchy, another system, things became very lethal. The sword that he was using hurt. It actually physically hurt. There was damage caused to me. Enough so that I was brought to the brink of my life, and the ward triggered, teleporting me away. That was effectively my final exam for that class, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to retake it when I get back there, and it's been a few weeks since I've actually sparred with another person.
Oh?
So I was wondering if maybe during like tonight or tomorrow at some point, you'd be willing to spar with me for a bit.
Oh, you want to fight?
Yeah, like practice fight.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, that could be fun.
All right.
But I don't know what a
Contingency
ward is.
It's a spell that upon a certain trigger activates. My family had given me the ward as a protection
When you
device.
were about to die, it poofed you?
Yes. It poofed me to a family friend on Gilded Gardens, someone who they knew could take care of me if something happened.
Okay, I'll help you get better again.
Thank you. You just see them kind of standing there for a bit, kind of reflectively. It's like, I appreciate it a lot, Luna. I honestly do. And they head off.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. But otherwise, What does everyone else want to get up to? The ship has begun moving, and now, for a moment, you all feel like a little bit of like turbulence. But after that turbulence, you look out any of the viewports, and you see yourself in the pink skies of the Astral Sea. You've now entered the astral plane. The ship has stopped. It's sort of maintaining like a hover, because you have yet to confirm a destination.
I feel like we should have a crew meeting.
Family meeting.
Big old table pops up in the common room.
I thought we
I thought
were
we
going.
were originally, I thought we were headed towards Aaron Hart's school.
The Ambrosia
Yes,
Rose?
that was my understanding as well.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that was still the plan. Then,
Seems to make sense.
Okay. Well, we gather.
Out of curiosity, though,
Well,
do we have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, do we have any way, like... All right, I'm assuming none of us are pilots.
Evie.
Sort of, yeah.
There's
All right,
not a pilot skill in
Well,
this
Yeah.
game.
It's
I understand that, just-
it's acrobatics or athletics. Or sorry, it's
Well-
acrobatics or arcana to pilot. Brain.
Okay.
concerned, it is not so much the ability to, say, the moment-to-moment flying, avoiding possible space rocks. Kind of looks around the rest of the crew. As I understand it, and as I've kind of gathered on my travels traveling on other ships, the Astral Sea is pretty big. And without a point of reference or like a star chart or like a beacon of some kind to follow, or the Astral Sea equivalent of a lighthouse, you could probably fly for 100 years in the wrong direction and not even realize it for the first 50. Do we have any way of knowing which way the place we're trying to go is?
Oh, you just use the little quest marker up top. If you
Oh
turn
God, how
right
long has that
ways.
been there?
There's a map system on the ship.
So there is no map system on this ship. You go to like open it up, and it just says data empty
A mouse flies out.
because there's no current.
Yeah, this
data.
is this is what
on
I
the
was
Astral
concerned
Sea.
of, that we, without a point of reference, without the ship being able to tell where we are in reference to the rest of the universe, we really have no idea where to go.
Well, I mean, a survival check could be used for orienteering.
Orienteering in space.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could like either, yeah, I guess it would be either like probably survival or perception on like star positions.
It would be
Like-
survival.
Okay.
Do you want to make a survival check again?
Oh.
That's
I
enough.
Your poor rolls tonight.
I would like to try survival too,
Oh.
if that's all right.
I rolled one too, but you can roll
Yeah,
one. You might beat me.
There we go.
Wow.
So between Rash, Darius, and Vim,
I'm
I
gonna
try
say Rex just can't see over the dashboard.
All right, I'm making a stool next tomorrow
the three of you assess that
if I have
you're
enough
about-
scrap left over.
that you're about there. If you're looking at the map, which I can, boop. Y'all are here, where the ship is.
Mm-hmm.
Hee hee, it's so cute.
Y'all are about where the ship is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you now have your bearings enough to begin basically making your way towards the Ambrosia Rose system.
All right, well, should we just ahead of time designate a specific person to be like the pilot?
I was gonna say if we're going off of acrobatics, my acrobatics is not the worst.
Sure,
I've got
it's
a
better
plus
than
3 to
mine.
Acro and plus 6 to Arcana.
I've got a +5 to acro and a +0 to arcana.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Evie's Arcana is going to be the best option we have.
I think so.
She
Out
kind
of
of
curiosity.
goes back to the pilot chair and just kind of looks at the ship and is like, I did not do this successfully last time.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
okay.
okay
Now there's
if
next time.
Try again?
Query.
And she looks back to Luna. She goes, I am asking the ship.
No
The
general reaction.
Hasn't used words.
No physical reaction. That you can see.
Query, Evie. I'm not entirely sure if it is a preference for you whether to be in a more humanoid shape or in more of a concentrated, just kind of like solid plasmoid shape for you. If it is helpful, I could try and rig up some sort of control scheme where you aren't required to use appendages to drive. We could make like a control tank for you. Where you could...
Hearing that, the ship reconfigures itself and it creates one.
Oh, please don't.
I'm out of a job now.
I prefer humanoid form, but I
to-
appreciate that.
Back to normal chair.
That does seem like a good sign, though. It's going to be accommodating.
Okay, that seems like a positive endorsement. Just, let me know if it's not okay. And she sort of slowly gets back into the pilot chair.
Seat's slightly warm.
Okay, I think that's
Communication.
also, hi, Cooper.
Oh,
Hi,
I like
Cooper.
Cooper's shirt.
Oh, Mighty Nine.
Yeah.
It's a mighty
Um, Also, just before we get going with the piloting, I would like to propose one other thing humbly to the rest of the crew at all possible. Unless we see some manifestation of an objection from the ship, I believe that at least by the end of the week, we should try and maybe come up with a name that it might like.
Oh.
I think names are important.
I do too. I just wish it could pick its own name.
Well,
We
maybe
can make a list for ship.
Make a list. Make a list.
we can like assemble little scraps of parchment, write names on them, arrange them in a circle, and then put like a thing in the middle, and the ship can tilt itself a certain way that'll make the little spinny thing point at one of the ones it wants.
It's like a toddler choosing its first starter.
Delightful, yes.
Rash pats the dashboard again and says, like, how does that sound? Does it sound good?
Ship has a neutral no response, but Evie's seat does warm up slightly.
I think that's a yes.
Oh. And she, like, I guess the equivalent of, like, ruffling someone's hair would be, like, polishing the dashboard.
Just a little.
Fair enough.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah.
With a little dusting cloth.
You do so. Ship seems to take it.
What is our projected estimated time of arrival?
That would be
in
another
the
survival check.
Guidance.
Sure. Nope.
No idea. Space is weird. If
Very
anyone else
depends on
wants
whether
to
we
make
hit
it,
any
they
sort
can.
of temporal distortion.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh.
Barring anything stopping you from like traveling, like a day and a half, maybe 2 days.
Okay.
But yeah. Whilst you are traveling, during this first day of travel, let me ask you something. Is there anything that anyone wants to do during this first day of travel?
Rest.
Rest?
Um,
Yes, you will all be given the benefits of a long rest and get fully healed up overnight.
Let me ask you this, Mr. DM, sir, man.
Yes, Matthew.
Are there any other repairs that need to be completed around the ship, even cosmetic ones?
About half a day took care of every repair that you needed to.
Okay.
Now, if you want to like do like cosmetic stuff, like adding some like fancy sort of like fillery to like the door frames or stuff like that, go ahead and do that. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna test out different specific goblin recipes on Millis.
all right, Mills is pretty like open to most food, and make me an insight check, Rash.
Okay. Hey!
She is a lot more receptive to goblin food than most non-goblins are.
I knew I liked her.
Like she's very much enjoys eating goblin food, and like at one point like you make like a goblin casserole at one point, and like legitimately as she's eating it, there's just like a tear like going down her thing.
Oh! Amazing. Amazing.
Like when she's done, she's like, Rash, do you have any more of that casserole? It was really good.
Oh, I can make as much casserole as you would like, Mishka. Of course. And she's gonna rub her little she a dwarf?
No.
A gnome. She's gonna rub her little and of course makes more casserole, but she's also gonna like add as well like this like almost fermented honey milk as well for like a dessert.
As you're like cooking it, she's just kind of like standing in the kitchen near you. Unfortunately, I could never really pick it up, but
It's not you feel with your heart. You cook with your heart. It's not like baking. Baking is hard. Cooking is easy. And she like grandma arms, strong arms Millis over to the stove.
As Millis is helping you cook, Rash, make me just like a general wisdom or make me just a general wisdom check.
Okay. Let's see, where is general wisdom. Got you.
Yeah, just like just click on the word wisdom on the sheet. Yeah.
Hey.
She is doing her best to cook, and like she really picked like it's like she knows the recipe already. However, as she gets to the end of the castle, she's like, now Rash, I honestly, this isn't going to turn out well no matter what we do.
Well, not with that attitude.
No, I'm being entirely honest with you, Rash. And like when you're finished with the casserole, like you put it in the oven, when it comes out, it is a blob of goop.
All right. So we deconstruct from there, and we go back step by step. And sometimes it's okay. You experiment. You take some.
Rash,
you add
everything I cook is like this.
Well, don't worry, honey. That's okay.
No, like ever since I was a kid, I would help my mom out in the kitchen, and she would have me help her, and it would just come out like this.
Rash is gonna immediately take her hand into the goopy casserole and shovel some of it into her mouth.
All right, Rash, take 3 poison damage.
No save, just straight damage.
No save, just straight damage.
Straight
Good
poison.
damage.
This is how bad it was.
You said 3 poison damage?
3 poison damage.
Like, do I have any sort of constitution for that? Do I have any sort of not poison?
It is so bad, it is auto.
No save, just
No save,
Just
just filth.
Fine. Wait, no, if it's, well, actually, okay, I mean, I will take the damage, obviously, but, if it is filth, hear me out on this.
Okay.
Rash is a goblin. Filth is what she does. Like, that's...
Rash is a goblin, filth is what you do. This is a new level of filth. This is a level of filth that even, like, icks a goblin.
I'm like, what's the taste I'm getting in my mouth? What's the taste I'm specifically getting in my mouth right now?
Warm bleach.
Hey?
Oh, you got your ingredients from the wrong cabinet.
Oh no! I will confirm everything Rash and Millis did together was the correct recipe. Everything was right.
She's clearly cursed.
Okay, we can work with this. And
I mean, Rash, my mother and I have tried everything, and it doesn't work. That's why I've started doing travel blogging, because, like, you know, if I can't feed myself and I have to eat out anyway.
If I know that the recipe that we did was the same exact thing, that we had like a control dish and we did the same exact process and the same exact everything.
Yep.
Can I make either an insight check or a perception check or something to, like, discern whether I think that this is some sort of outer force affecting her or if she just doesn't have it?
It would be maybe like a perception. It'd be a pretty high perception to try to figure this out.
All right, I'm gonna do it anyway.
You can't quite put your finger on it. Something about this gnome is strange.
It's the bleach.
And she just kind of, like, holds both of your hands, like, no, honestly, thank you, Rash. Your cooking really reminds me of my mom, so I appreciate it.
I will cook for you anytime you want.
And
she just smooths her
kind
hand.
of goes in to hug you a little bit.
Aw, of course, Rash just bear hugs. And, like, a little too hard. Because she a muscly grandma, so she's small, but she a tank.
Oh, a little bit. Okay. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And you just kind of see her, like, go and sit back in, like, the general area, and she pulls out what appears to be, like, a little locket with a picture in it and starts looking at it.
Rash isn't gonna pry too far into it yet,
Fair
but
enough.
she's gonna store the mommy issues in the back of her mind.
Not mommy issues. She just misses her mom.
Aww.
Now, it's one goal for this. Every good relationships with people's parents in this one.
We love that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But in all seriousness, after that, does anyone else have anything they want to do?
Yeah, I want to see if I can get some sort of comm system functioning on this ship.
And when you say comms, do you mean like a way to, like, talk between different areas of the ship?
That would be a good start, but specifically if there's any sort of, like, radio system, any sort of, you know, inter spaceship capabilities.
Make me like a tinkering tools check.
Tinker tool. Tinker tool.
You can get like a rough system going. You think if you want to make it a little bit more refined, you'll need to get some, like, actual parts from a port, but, like, this is serviceable.
Okay. Can I test it? Like, send out a I don't know what this world's magical equivalent of a radio wave would be, let alone how that might function in space. But put something out on the waves, just saying testing. Can anyone hear us?
Yeah.
The far talker.
You send that out, and this, I think, will actually be a perfect time for me to have you roll a D100 for me for this event while traveling.
That's a 46.
Okay. About 3 minutes will pass. and then you'll hear, wait, who's this? Who's this on the line?
This is Experiment 3, version 13, also known as Evie.
Experiment? Who's it? What's it now, Vin?
Flying an unnamed ship towards the Ambrosia Rose galaxy. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, it's this ships on the waves. Hey, Ernie, your tennis acting up.
How much you want to bet Rosh knows them?
We're gonna find out.
In about 2 minutes, it's at that point it goes silent, but about 2 minutes later, Evie, into view, you can see what appears to be a very large turtle. Like a very large turtle with like a house built on its back and like a little dock that's just like floating through the Astral Sea.
Well, Rash wants to know them.
Hello? Hello?
What?
Can you still hear me?
What? Where are the voices coming from?
I'm using a comm system.
What's it?
A comm system?
What's it?
A comm system.
A comm system?
Yes.
Well, that's some old technology right there.
It's vintage.
It's antique.
Just like me.
Oh boy.
Roughly, yes.
All right. Well, you're going to. If you're space pirates, I got a shotgun.
We are not space pirates. We are actually unhomed by space pirates. And Will, just to clarify, he's just floating out there?
Yeah, it's a turtle just swimming through the Astral Sea with a house on its back.
Valid.
Are you in need of transportation?
What? Why? I'm at home. You're calling me on my home line.
I apologize. I don't have a way to change between.
It's fine. Nobody calls
ways.
me on the home line anyway.
How are you breathing?
I got a tree.
For extended periods of time. Do you only need the one?
Checks out.
I mean, it really does grow on you.
Fascinating.
It's a big old tree.
Do you need our help?
I'm just at home. You're the one calling me. I ain't got no credits. I ain't got no credits. I don't need no extended warranty. You hear?
Oh no, I apologize. We are not calling to solicit patronage from you. We are just trying to find our way home. We're looking for.
What are you looking for?
Sorry, what?
I know my way around the Astral Sea.
There's a college, a noble astral elf college.
The sniffity snucks. Yeah, those prickety pricks. Second star on the left.
I lean over to Rash and just go, "Is that a slur?"
Wait, what?
Well, it's getting dangerously close.
Is that a slur?
To my knowledge, no. But I also am not turtle, so maybe to.
I will say, while you're looking, you can see the turtle. The turtle's mouth is not moving during this, so this is another creature that's living on the back of the turtle.
Inside the house.
Are you aware that you are living on the back of a turtle?
Yeah! I found him when I was a kid. He got real big, so I had to, get on his back to take care of him. And we were in space.
Is the turtle actually big, or is the turtle, like, turtle size?
The turtle is, like, a big turtle. Like, it is, like, a turtle the size of, like... the turtle is big enough to have a full house on its back.
Oh! For some reason, I was picturing, like, just, like, turtle-sized with like a small house on its back.
No.
See, I'm picturing like the turtle from like freaking Avatar or Naruto.
Not that big.
Turtle with the world on its back.
Not that big, but like a little bit smaller. Like the house is there, and like there's like a dock that's like flowing with it.
Fascinating.
Yeah, no, I was picturing the thing from mythology.
I love how we went in wildly different directions. I'm picturing a turtle
mean-
about maybe like this big.
I'm thinking of Discworld.
I never even read Discworld.
Yeah, no,
Turtle on the back of a turtle.
I think it's like from an indigenous myth, like an indigenous legend. I gotta look
The
this
turtle
up.
with
I'm
the
like
world on
trying
its
to
back?
remember
Yeah.
it.
I remember that.
There's no
Yeah.
world on this turtle's back, but it's just a.
It's just a house and a tree.
It's just a house.
It's his world.
It's
a
his
house.
world.
It's a house
It's
and
his
a tree.
Creation stories of the Lapani and the Iroquois people.
Iroquois.
Yeah.
I hop back on the mic and go, sorry, not to be rude. What? I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's Arvin.
Arvin, nice to meet you. I am Evie, and if we cross paths again, I would be delighted.
Are you that ship in the distance there?
Unless there is another ship in the distance, yes, that is us.
Ah, nice ship.
Thank you. Nice turtle.
Yeah, you got any spare bits of food? Turtle back moss is kind of getting old.
Hold, please. Rash, do we have any extra food?
What you need, honey?
What kind of food do you like, and do you like goblinoid cuisine?
I mean, I'll eat anything once.
He says he'll eat anything once?
We eat certain things on this ship. That's all you'll need.
She just starts pulling out Tupperware of stuff, of like the leftover stuff,
Nice.
and packing it into like. I assume we've got some sort of escape pod I can eject out.
No, you can just pull up at the dock.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll
tie you on. I got you. Arvin the Turtle Coots got you.
Landing now. Thank you. I'm gonna try to put her down right next to the dock.
You can put her down right next to the dock, and you like see this like very old human man coming out. They have like balding like hair. They're like fully balding, but like the hair that they do have is like tied up in like a little ponytail.
Aww.
Just like this like big long beard that has like moss and things growing out of it. And like as you're coming up, he like walks down with like this like beautiful wooden cane, and like as you're like pulling up, he like taps the dock and some rope begins flying up and basically securing the ship.
Before like we open the ship or anything, Vim is just gonna like pipe up and is like, has anybody considered the chance that he's going to want to eat us?
No.
I do not think that would end well for him, even if he was successful in consuming
What, the
me.
turtle?
Maybe
Nah.
Ah, Rooksie's got a breath weapon. I'll be safe.
I'm gonna just make a nature check. Oh, do I know? Have I ever heard of space turtles, or do I know if turtles in general?
This is an astral turtle.
Yes.
They are a very special animal. They're one of the few animals that can actually swim through the astral sea. You know that most creatures, if they fall into the astral sea, basically immediately begin taking large amounts of radiant damage. But these turtles are immune to it, and they just kind of like swim freely. They're very rare. They're like an endangered species, but they can live for hundreds of thousands of years.
Important question, Will. If I've heard of this, what do they eat? Does it include meat?
No, they just like literally they stick their mouth into the astral sea, and they sap energy from it. That's how it works. But it also lets them breathe like radiant energy as like a breath weapon.
Okay,
Biology means nothing. It's a magical universe, Matthew.
Okay, food
I'm not going to
delivery.
question any of that. Moving on.
Yeah,
I share that information.
I just wanted to put the thought in everyone's head before we meet him.
What thought?
That he might be secretly trying to kill all of us.
Can
That seems silly. We're gonna give him food.
to try to remember what turtles eat.
Yeah.
Just to see if she's looking in the fridge for it.
I mean, the vegetables are probably safe, like leafy greens, melons. Turtles really like melons. But they're not really great for their digestive system, so it's like a special treat.
Okay.
Oh, it's sorry, it's strawberries. Turtles really like strawberries, but they're not great for their digestive system, so it's like a special treat.
Grandma's all about giving you stuff that isn't good for you, but you enjoy. So if we've got any strawberries, I'm absolutely, as we like pull up to the turtle, she's gonna like, as they like get off the dock, lean over the side and like chuck some strawberries in the general direction of its mouth.
Turtle
Like
just kind of
just-
like. And if a turtle could smile, the turtle smiles.
Aw.
there you go. Pats the shell.
Well, the shell's like the ground, so like you're on the dock still when you're landing. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
This human's
Yeah,
just like
she
standing there waiting for you. They do have like the gun, basically like on it. They're like using like the gun as like the other half of their cane. So like they have a cane, and then they're using like the shotgun as a walker,
Trespassers.
just in case you try to kill me.
Oh
We
yeah.
weren't planning to, but thank you.
Yeah.
Rash has a number. This is Rash, by the way.
Ah.
A number of dishes for you.
Nice to meet you, Rash.
Just stacked above her head.
I appreciate it. Hey, if you want some back moss, it grows back real quick, so feel free to take some.
Sure.
Real
I can
healthy.
experiment with. He's gonna take an entire Tupperware of back moss.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just like Arvin like takes the dishes, and like as you bring the dishes out, and I got this, and they tap their staff again, and like a little shimmering disc appears under the dishes. I just put them on there. My disc will take him back to the house for me. Thank you.
Convenient.
Ah, it's very convenient. And they just kind of send it flying back.
Interesting.
Wow,
I'm going to go back to my room and meditate.
You're quite the collective crew here. You got a who's it and a what's it and a who's it what's it. Is that a moth person?
What does this guy look like?
Old
A human.
old coot. They're like hunched over. They have like liver spots all over their face.
Is this the dad or the grandpa from Lee, the dog? What's it? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes, but with
Oh,
a
he's got a big
beard.
beard with the moss
No,
in
like
it.
a big old beard.
Now he's
Slicked
way
back
careful.
white ponytail.
Oh
and
no.
yeah, the gun.
And of
Rash,
course.
he's like, nice. Always be prepared.
Ah, you know what? When there's no moon in the Astral Sea, so I gotta protect myself some way.
There's no moon?
Well, not in the sea itself. Like, there's just, the stars. You gotta go into systems to get the moons. So I don't go into systems often. Don't know the phases of those moons. Very dangerous for me.
I'm
That tracks.
saying nothing. Rash is
Oh.
interesting. So what sort of nutritional value does this back moss have?
I mean, it keeps
Oh.
me alive.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
Have you thought about growing other plant life?
Oh, yeah, I got little garden boxes in the back. Don't want to dig into the turtle shell, though. That'd be really mean to Rooksy.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, Rooksy, my giant turtle.
Nice, nice. How do you communicate with Rooksy.
I talked to Rooksy.
Does Rooksy respond?
I mean, you know, she moves, and she doesn't like something, she nods her head, and she likes something, she nods her head. You know, that's about all
Oh,
we
that
need.
sounds like our ship.
So
She doesn't really talk, but she lets you know.
what specifically does nodding her head mean? If
You know, I
she
say, hey,
nods her head.
Rooksy, you want something fun to eat? And she nods her head like this, and I say, okay. And so I throw her something fun to eat. She nods her head like this. I don't do it.
Oh, you mean shake her head?
Nod, because you're nodding.
That's not nodding.
That's nodding.
Did
While all this is going on,
all this.
Rash make her way to the top of the turtle head.
Yeah. You were on top
Phrases
of
I did not think I would hear tonight.
I'm happy y'all got this one. I like Arvin and Rooksy. They're fun.
She goes up to the top and she peers over the edge of the shell and just goes, "Oh, hello, Roxy. Hello, sweetheart."
Rooksy just kind of lifts their head up a bit and goes like,
And if she lifts it up high enough,
Mhm.
Rash is gonna get the scritches.
aw, Rooksy takes the scritches.
You are doing very good job. You're a sweet girl.
Arvin just kind of like is looking back. Ah, your goblin friend's getting real well along with Rooksy. That's good. Rooksy doesn't take kindly to many folks.
How old would this turtle be?
Oh, by now, like they're looking. It's hard to tell easily. Make me a nature check.
Okay. Go back to the core. God, what is today?
Turtles have very like hard to tell face. You can't really put your finger on it.
All right. Well, Rash is just gonna vibe with the turtle.
Yeah. Turtle vibes with Rash.
Yeah.
Arvin says, you know what? Let me run in 1 second. Y'all wait up here just a little bit longer now, you hear? And they run into their house. 5 minutes pass. 6 minutes pass. Comes running back out. I gotta thank you for the food one way or another. The back moss, that grows back every day. So let me give y'all something, a little bit of a parting gift. From my youths. And he pulls out this spear. He pulls out this golden spear. It has like beautiful engravings on it, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And he just kind of plops in Evie's hands.
My hands?
Yeah.
Squishy squish.
This is a very ornate weapon.
It's a map!
It's a map?
It's a map!
It's a map.
It's a map.
It's a map.
Evie starts studying it immediately.
It's a map.
I was never able to figure it out because you gotta be in the right system to have its start point so it lines up, but I couldn't figure out that system. And, you know, you're traveling on the back of an Astral Turtle, it's hard to find everywhere. So I gave up on that years ago, but maybe y'all can have better luck.
Definitely, definitely. Are there any engravings on it? Anything?
There is engravings. It is like a star chart, but on a spear.
Interesting.
But no identifying markers on it.
Can I make either a history check or something of that nature to see if I can...
Make me a history check. You have advantage on this.
Ooh, okay.
14. That's enough. During your education and your time with the doctor, you learned about these a little bit. These are called astral charts. It's a version of them. They require 2 parts to function. So the spear itself is the map. That will lead you to where you need to be in the system to find whatever treasure awaits you there.
Okay.
Or trap or something. You don't know. It's a map. It's just this. There's a point here. They're telling you it's a treasure map, so go off of that. But in order to also read the map fully, you need a astral globe reader. So you just basically, it's a machine that you put the map in and it projects like a 3D hologram image. And it lets you basically triangulate where the universe is that the map is pointing to.
There's no chance we have anything like that on the ship.
You do not have anything on the ship like that.
Not
But it is a
yet.
machine that you can buy or make.
Ooh, or make.
Yeah, if y'all make, you'll need to make components for it and make some checks. But this is something you could make if you wanted to, or you could just buy it.
Darius, I have a craft. I have a craft for us to do.
I would love to do it, but it seems curiously that most of my scrap seems to be missing.
What? What
I know,
happened to your
I'm
scrap?
unsure. I feel like maybe I used it all up and didn't
threw
realize
it
it.
out to make the
Darius.
ship lighter.
You what?
What?
I threw it out to make the ship lighter so we could go.
No, I'm
faster.
sure I'm sure you're mistaken. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, I know when I'm carrying heavy things, I can't move as fast. So I thought the ship was carrying a lot
I mean,
of
it wasn't
heavy
that
things,
much scrap,
and I
and
threw it off the
relative
ship
to the ship
make
and how
it
much
go
proportion.
faster.
For dramatic effect, the ship has turned off all lights in the ship, and while Luna's been talking about this, just like a spotlight on Luna.
You stand accused.
Arvin, I don't suppose you have any bits of scrap metal that you have no use for that it would be a favor for us to unload. them
Oh
for
no,
you?
Like,
can't touch
you
the
do some
stuff.
recycling?
Scrap metal?
Can't touch the stuff. Metal.
How so?
It
metal?
burns.
It burns. Any specific kind of metal?
Just
or-
regular old metal. The gold there, that's fine. That's an alloy.
That. Okay, hold on. Is he saying it's not actually gold, it's an alloy? Because gold is a literal mineral. It's a real metal.
This guy, that's just the words this man is saying, Matthew. He's a confused old man.
You know, as a cat of
Luna's
science
nodding along, just like
and processes.
But looking
This is
at
all
it, there
hurting
is,
me.
other than this, there is no metal sheeting. There is no metal anywhere on the back of this turtle. It's all wood.
Interesting.
Except for, the tinfoil hat he's obviously wearing.
No, he ain't got no tinfoil hat. It's made of hardwood.
Okay, well, perhaps we can pick up some scrap metal elsewhere.
Well, actually, hold on one sec. Okay, so here's the thing. It's my artisan's blessing ability does say an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal.
This is a magical item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Simple
But the
remark.
pieces that construct it might not themselves be magical.
no, but you would still need the magical components of it to use it.
Yeah.
So
Buy
Matt
it
could
when
definitely
we have
construct
no
the casing
money.
for you, but the magical components for it, you would need to spend
Yeah.
money on.
oh,
But yeah, nice to see ya. If you're ever around me again, come and say hi.
Will do. Thank you for
Is-
your hospitality.
Is there a way we can save their frequency? Curious?
I mean, if you want, you can save it. This is just what that tree antenna picks up.
Tree antenna.
Yeah, there's a wooden, old,
Oh, boy.
satellite antenna on top of
A
the
wooden
house.
satellite?
Yep,
This is
Walk
hurting
me through
me.
that one, Will.
magic.
fantasy.
It doesn't say that he actually gets anything off it. It just says it's there.
Well, it is doing something because we got a signal.
Magic.
Fantasy.
Okay. Okay.
That's on
Oh.
you for playing a scientist in a magical world.
Listen, I have to have
Okay.
I have to have some fun.
All right. Well, let's go back to the ship and continue continue on our voyage to the school.
Yeah.
Does the school have a name? Did we learn the name? Did I just forget it?
You've not.
Oh,
learned
it's the
names.
Prickety Prack School. That was what he called
The
it.
Prickety
That is what he
Pracks.
called it.
Prickety Prack
Earnhardt,
School.
is that what it is called, your school?
I've never heard it called a name such as crass. But we,
Is it-
we
is that a
simply-
rude thing?
We simply call it the academy. I mean, they were calling us pricks. You know what a prick is, right, TV?
Yes, but a prickety is not a prick, and nor is a
I
prack.
don't think that man is all there.
Oh, he's right there. I can see him.
But he's very nice.
Yes.
Well, to most of us.
He's right there.
Just looks at Luna, looks at him, looks at Luna. And Earnhardt just kind of like, but yes, it's simply, we simply call it the academy. I mean, some people call it the Royal Academy, and but it's
I
the
guess if
academy.
you were in that system,
Yeah.
kind of everybody already knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's the big moon that's been converted into a school.
It's a moon.
Yes, it's one of 3 moons that the main planet has.
We need to go.
One of them.
We are going.
One of them is.
Oh,
one of
okay,
them-
great.
One of them is the academy. One of them is just a decorative moon. It's a big old park. And the other one is the royal palace.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I'm assuming we are back on the ship now.
Yes.
And
Arvin's just kind of waving at y'all as you get out of view.
I wave a little pseudopod.
I also wave at the turtle.
Turtle,
Wave at
The turtle waves as much as a turtle can wave. Like, it actually has
Jetsy.
one of its hands fully come out and like go like under the water, and then fully come out and under the water.
amazing.
Hands?
Yeah,
A turtle?
with hands.
Flippers?
No, they
Are
appear
they
to be-
flippers or are they hands,
They
William?
are turtled hands. Like,
Is this a ninja
For
turtle?
what
Like,
purpose?
just there.
Opposable thumbs.
I want to make some oven mitts for the turtle.
Uh,
I can't use a ritual to do them, so I'll have to.
It's like a
Um,
very imagine a turtle, but it's gotten very big.
Amazing.
So I would like to put forth a motion to the group that we all just pretend this whole thing never happened.
Why?
Okay.
We found the staff floating in the map floating in space.
Most of my life is like it never happened anyway, so that should be
Oh
easy.
dearie.
But
Oh,
Arvin
dear.
gave it to us.
I made a little friend in that turtle. I told it all of my grandchildren's names. Sorry, not it, her. She was a very nice turtle.
I'm gonna go back to my quarters now and pray about metal.
Pray for some metal.
I mean, I don't know. We're in the Astral Sea. Would it be worthwhile to like try and make a net and just let it trawl behind the spaceship?
I have a net.
There are rules for astral fishing.
Yeah, but I'm kind of looking for trash.
There's
Like metal
actually
trash.
a rule set for fishing in the astral sea.
Do you
A
want to
100
borrow
aluminum
my
cans.
net?
I could make one
Look at-
useful item.
Looking more for astral salvage.
What net do you have?
A net? This one? And she reaches into her pack and pulls out a net. Whatever net is in, like, starter gear.
Yes, the
I
classic
specifically
adventuring gear.
Picked that one. Yeah. I have a net. It seemed important.
We might need a bigger net for what Darius is proposing, but that is a good idea.
Well, you know what? What I'm going to do for, assuming there's no interruptions or anything crazy, for the rest of the travel time, I am going to kind of walk slowly throughout the entire ship and take stock of all materials and supplies, and even just how many boxes we have.
You have
Just
enough
like
food for another 4 days of travel.
Okay.
And
Plus
then,
that
Other than that, Luna basically pushed all the debris and stuff out. So, like, those extra bits of metal that you had in crates, gone. It's just, you have a big old empty cargo hold. And then several empty rooms.
Oh, metal, give me strength.
Aw.
Oh,
I love Luna.
yeah.
Luna's the best. But yeah. Other than that, during the rest of that day, Aaronhart, after your meeting with Arvin, will kind of like tap Luna on the shoulder.
You want to fight?
Do you want to do the practice fight now, Luna? We can. I think we have the entirety of the cargo bay. Darius, would you mind refereeing?
For Darius.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a simple spot.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Oh, I have a little whistle.
Excellent. Yeah, and Aaronhart kind of leads you down into like the cargo bay area. Says, so Luna, how familiar with dueling rules are you?
I'm not.
Okay. The too long can't read of it is don't try to kill the person.
Okay.
It's meant to be a test of your own skills. I'll be using a practice blade, and they pull out basically like a sword that's like a foam tube, like a little tube.
She looks down at her whip sword.
If you
Sadly.
need a practice weapon, I mean, a whip shouldn't be too hard to make, or sword. I could give you some of this, and he like hands you like some like rope that has some tubing on it. If you want to use it as a whip, there you go.
That'll work.
Whack. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was strange when I was fighting my friend. The two of us, we were very close friends. We were showing off our swordsmanship with each other's help, and when their practice weapon, very similar to this one, would hit me, it had a strange energy about it. I could almost like feel my life draining as I was being hit with it. It was odd.
Was the sword a vampire?
I mean, I would describe it as vampiric, but the sword itself wasn't. It was just like this.
Are you sure? Did you check for teeth?
Yes, there were no teeth on the sword. That would be very scary.
Okay. I think it would be kind of
Wait,
fun.
Luna, do me a favor. Give me a really big smile.
And you absolutely see her little rabbit teeth here in the front.
Adorable. All right. Shall we take position?
You can't catch me off guard by calling me adorable.
Fair enough.
Well, cautious. I wish to see a good, clean match. So first, everyone to the center of the space.
Okay.
Okay.
Bow to your opponent.
Darius, as you say that, Aaronhart just kind of like does like a very noble bow towards Luna, and like they pull up, and as they pull up, Lady Luna, I thank you for the opportunity to practice.
Right,
You're welcome.
right before they start,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
because
Vim.
Vim throws out the idea, the thought
Mm-hmm.
that it seems like maybe didn't occur to anybody, because he said it was his friend that he had sparred with that he got that when he got that feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Vim, like, just in the second where they start approaching each other, Vim just pipes up and is like, ever consider your friend was poisoning you?
I don't know how.
But no. He's not starting a conversation. He's saying it literally while they start to like swing a weapon.
As the fight's starting, you just hear him kind of say, I don't know how poison could have worked in that situation, and their fight
All
begins.
kinds of poison.
So
Yeah,
we're not.
his entire purpose was to throw him off.
We are not going to roll initiative for this, Luna. It's just going to be like a turn-based thing. We're going to start with Earnhardt. Earnhardt's going to basically come in and start swinging. Earnhardt's battle style...
I blow my whistle.
Earnhardt's battle style isn't one that you've seen very often. It's more like a fencer. So, like, as they're bringing their swords, like a lot of like thrusting motions, and they immediately start with like a triple like stab, stab, stab. So like 2 fake outs to try to like knock you off the guard and put you into the center. But yeah, they won't find purchase. Like, it's just very much like a dun dun and then done. As they go for the last one, you step back just in time. They missed you. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
We're not rolling anything.
You will. Earnhardt has.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So fun thing about Luna's fighting style is that all of her like ditzy, airheaded like nature seems to evaporate the second she's in a fight. Suddenly her body like remembers whatever training she must have had to have. As she claims she was a knight, she doesn't know for who, but like you can see that she absolutely definitely has been trained, and she'll try and wrangle the weapon away from him, or at least deflect strikes while trying to sneak in here.
Okay.
With a dirty 20.
Yeah, you get a clean hit on his side. Don't worry about damage.
I won't worry about damage, but I will worry about my slasher feat.
Yep.
So note that when she uses the whip, she specifically like pinpoints specific like joints or muscles or ligaments that are going to slow him down.
Okay.
And limit mobility. Cool.
Yeah, you get like a good shot on his Achilles.
Ooh.
And there's like just like a slight, you can see the wince of pain, but then there's just this smile as he kind of shifts his weight to favor the other foot. And as he does that, he just kind of says, all right, now this one I learned a little while ago. And they like hold their sword up like basically in like front of their body, and they like hold it there for a moment, and then they lower the back of their hand, and a burst of wind fires out of the back of their hand, sending them flying towards you. Make me a reflex, a dexterity check.
Dexterity save?
Yep.
Ah! Wait, I have a hero point.
You want to use it?
I do.
Yeah, so they come flying towards you at like great speed, and you just dodge out of the way, leaving their back open to you when you can now return.
All right.
Roll hit.
Hiya.
That will hit.
That's unfortunate. Oh, yay.
Yeah, Aaron's not great.
Once again, slowing him.
Yep. You get the other Achilles heel that time.
Ooh.
Kneecap this dude.
This is fun.
And just is this flirting?
At this point, he's
Not
turning around.
laughing.
He looks a little bit desperate. As per like the rules, basically the first person the 3 hits is the winner. So you're one away from winning right now. And he just like takes the sword he's holding, says, and he like goes into a very odd stance. You see him like moving like backwards almost, and you see him throw the sword up into the air. Make me a wisdom save.
Oh, you're mean.
Yeah.
That is a failure. You
Sounds like.
get a little bit distracted. She's like, wait, why is he throwing the sword up? And like you look up at the sword,
shady.
then you look
It's a
back
distraction.
down at him, and he's now like right beside you as the sword's falling, and he just hits you on the shoulder with it. He catches it, smacks you.
Well, seems very flirty.
Luna's turn.
He's right up on her.
Yeah.
So, she's basically using like a jump rope for this fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like essentially. So she's going to pull the second handle back, shortening it to like sword length, and just go for a slash.
Okay, roll the hit.
I do not have a hero point.
Unfortunately, the 10 will miss.
Yeah.
So he narrowly dodges out of the way. He's then going to, after dodging and kind of jumping back a bit, he goes to take like a swing at you with like a thrust. But what you don't realize is that it's a bit of a feint, and he's trying to sweep your leg. Make me a dex save.
Yep.
14. That is a success. You managed to avoid their hit. It is your turn.
All right. We're going to go for the final blow.
Yeah, and you land it. Like, after he tries to sweep the leg, he was a little bit off of balance, and you just take advantage of it, whack him, and yeah, that's the game. He puts his hands up, says, thank you for the sparring, Luna. That was quite good.
She takes a second, and you see, like, the seriousness fade out of her face as the, like, airheaded nature returns. She's just like, that was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm quite happy that my trick with the sword throw worked.
I got distracted.
I
that
thought you
was
would.
Darius hands you both glasses of water.
clever.
Oh, thank you, Darius. I appreciate it. Glug, glug, glug.
No, you're pretty good.
Nice.
But I can see what you meant when you said you were a little rusty. We'll keep practicing.
I was, and like I said, when you've not been able to fight for a few weeks, you get a little bit rusty. And to be entirely honest with you, like, dueling isn't really my specialty. I'm more of a magic user, but it's a required class.
That's like the wind hand.
Yes.
That was cool too.
I call it the jet stream stab.
Jet stream stab. I don't think I could do that.
I mean, with some practice, I'm sure you could.
Maybe.
I mean, most people can learn magic, Luna. It just takes a little bit of practice and time.
I can do a little bit of magic.
Yeah, exactly. You could definitely learn it with a little bit of time and energy.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'll probably forget, but if you remind me, I'll remember.
That wouldn't surprise me, but like I said, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anytime.
You just see Vim. Earnhardt kind of looks up to you. Interested in taking a few shots, Vim? I need to practice dodging.
Let you know, then. Cool things like that. It's no wonder your friend tried to kill you.
I mean, they didn't. Well, they did try to kill me.
Hmm.
It has not sat well with me. It's been troubling me for some time, Vim.
Yeah, and maybe worry a little bit less about the sword and a little more about the friend.
That's the thing. Like, their behavior during the duel changed. Like, well, not even during the duel. Days up to it, they'd become a little bit distant, and they're acting very similar to Luna, believe it or not. Sort of unable to focus, but very intently focused on a few things. It was strange.
When was the last time you talked to this?
Before the duel, they said something about finally proving themselves.
With the vampire sword.
I mean, I don't think the sword itself was vampiric. Like I said, those are unenchanted.
Well, that you know of.
Yes, I suppose so, but ever since the purge, ever since the
this got different.
Ever since the purge?
yeah, there was like a moment he said he caught himself. Ever since the events that happened a few years ago, that shouldn't be a thing.
Where everybody got to murder indiscriminately.
What are you talking about?
Can I?
Make me.
Are we all
persuade-
still here for this? Hearing this?
I
What do
mean,
you need?
I'm not. I'm up in the bridge, but like, Jesus.
make
I
What
was
do you
watching-
need, Will?
I roll a history?
It would be a persuasion check. History would not be able to
persuade.
get this with a goblin.
I will persuade. Yeah.
What do you say?
That's
to
a
him?
persuasion check.
Oh shit, that's a natural. No, she just looks at him with like the most like innocent big eyes. It's just like, wait, what are you talking about?
All right. Before I go any further, I need you all to understand, Luna especially. When we get to Astral Elf space, this is not something that we can talk about. This is something that there's been a gag order on for some time.
Okay.
But Luna specifically, the purge I was referring to was about 4 years ago. There was a small contingent of astral elves who seeked to overthrow the Sagalant.
What's that?
It is the ruling body of the astral elves and the systems that the astral elves control. This group made use of entropy in their fighting style.
What's that?
Negative energy, the absence of life, existence. They were, upon their trial, they unfortunately were quite successful. A number of nobles and a number of astral elves died. However, eventually they were able to all be weeded out and killed. This
Is your
happened,
friend related to them?
Not that I know of. He
So let me get this straight. There was revolution against ruling class, and after revolution failed, everyone involved got wiped.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you have to understand.
Well, such as
The revolution that happened was strange. It was a number of astral elves, nobles who up until then had been loyal, but when they attacked, their weapons were bathed in entropy itself. And there wasn't strategy. It was they wanted to cause as much destruction as they could.
Well, yeah, fighting an overwhelming enemy. That is a strategy.
yes, we used that strategy many times in the Goblin
Yes, but
army.
most conflicts in the Sagalant are handled behind closed doors with politics and plotting.
Maybe that's what they hated.
Outright confrontation
Politics.
rarely happens.
Over.
Then if you're trying to send a message,
Fair enough, but still, like, as I said, I have known him since I've known him since we both entered the academy together. He had no interaction with that faction whatsoever. Our families were part of the same faction.
So you think brainwashing then, yes?
I don't know. Yes, his comment was a little bit.
We do a little snooping when we get to school.
I mean, as much as we can, I suppose. If that's something that's interesting you, I would honestly appreciate the help. I need to figure it out as much as anything else.
Rash turns to the group. Eh?
I mean,
it's something to
I see
think about.
I see no reason why not.
I don't mean to sound flippant, apologetic, but I am almost literally along for the ride with this, so I'm not going to try and impose my wishes on any sort of plan we have. So
Darius is really in it for the dragon revenge.
Oh, consternation. I did not say that. I am not saying that.
Implied. I read between the lines.
There are no lines.
Yep. They're there. I saw them. Read between them.
You saw nothing. You didn't read anything.
I
Not
made
at
the
all.
lines
Reading it
and I
now.
read between them.
I'm reading it now.
I'm afraid you are writing your own script.
But in all seriousness,
Field scene, Darius. I see you.
travel is uneventful otherwise.
Pet's the cat.
I'm significantly taller than you.
That's why I'm up here.
You
Okay.
are able to make it into the Sigalant and the Astral Rose system. The Ambrosia Rose system, my brain. And as you enter the system, Earnhardt kind of comes up to the bridge and says, Evie, you built a transponder for this, yes?
A makeshift comm system, yes. It's not particularly well equipped yet, but hopefully I will be able to find excess parts to upgrade it.
But it works on wood.
Do you mind if I make use of it?
No, not at all.
Right. You see them basically walk up towards it. Let me know when it's active.
Boop.
This is Archduke candidate Ehrenhart from the 12th ranking system, requesting permission to land on Academy with vessel containing outsiders, requesting permission to access to dormitory. And about 3 minutes pass, and then suddenly there's like these 3 much larger ships around you, all with the Sigalant's symbols, heraldry, all with the Sigalant's heraldry on it. Very much like elven vessels, very beautiful, very pretty, very sleek. The transponder gets a receiver. Archduke candidate, once we will take you to holding dock 3. Once we have confirmed your identity, you will be taken towards your dormitory's dock. Thank you. The 3 of the ships basically begin leading you towards like a space dock. Like it is a dock in the middle of space. Y'all get put into the spot. Ehrenhart just kind of walks towards the exit of the ship. I'll be right back, if that's okay. You see Ehrenhart step out, and there are like several like squads of militiamen that immediately like pull blades on him. He just kind of like puts his hands up, and you see him talking for a little bit. People can make perception checks if you'd like.
I always love failing perception checks. Let's go.
Same.
10, 15.
Oh, not today. That's a 15.
Yeah, Evie and Maya.
Yeah.
Evie and Rash can read the lips. Ehrenhart begins basically. You see Ehrenhart like with their hands up say, "No, Orly's a dragon. They're lying." You see another elf cast a spell. Ehrenhart repeats that. The elves put their weapons away. Ehrenhart comes back onto the ship. A slight hiccup. But we have been cleared to land at my dormitory, so we can head there. The headmaster said that he will fill us in there.
Why were they threatening you?
What's this about Orly?
It appears as though Orly has used their human guise as a means of blaming the recent planar dive pirate attacks, the plane crashers, the dive crashers,
Terrible name.
on us.
Lizard
How does that
bastard.
make any sense?
It does not, but apparently people are very much looking for people to blame until it's dealt with, and that has been, well, the Sigalant.
They cast spell on you, no?
Yes, it was a zone of truth. The Sigalant hid my involvement of it from the broadcast, so I am fine, but the rest of you currently have bounties.
Oh, no, there's... Oh no.
Why is my picture there?
That dragon revenge is sounding better and better.
I'm afraid that
How
would make
much for-
things worse.
If
Um,
Do
someone
they know
wants
what
to
the
pay
price
me that much money?
No, bounties typically imply that we are wanted, and not in a positive way,
Oh.
by the police or by the state.
by the entirety of civilized astral space, is my understanding.
Want to imprison us
Surely,
for conjured
surely we,
crimes.
But how
surely
much-
we could simply tell them our side of the story, and we could clear this up. Surely.
I guess
Yes,
I'll
it's-
have to serve my time.
Especially since we are not on the Sunseeker, which is pretty clear evidence that we didn't steal it.
Though, admittedly, they may just say, "Oh, obviously you ditched it, so you won't be caught with I think that they call it a hot vehicle."
What's the point of taking something if you're
Hmm.
not going to use it?
That vehicle is
Darius has
hot.
done this before.
We-
Part of the life I
No,
see.
but I have traveled on ships, and people have discussed these sort of things, and I happen to be in the room, fixing something.
I respect that you're about that life.
We are going to have a discussion at some point before my fur starts
I
turning
think
gray.
That's cute.
At least Dr. Teletillo knows that the ship is not safe for him to go back to.
That being
that's a fair
said,
point.
I have a good amount of pulls, so we should be safe as long as we're in the academy, and as long as you're in this system, you should be fine.
Okay.
I guess it's time to head home for me. Well, home-ish.
Oh,
Boarding.
you
Okay,
said we
have
could use
fun.
a radio?
Yes, there'll be a radio there.
Okay. I'll follow
Actually,
you then.
I hope you don't mind, but I was planning on having your ship outfitted with a few basic necessities. As thank you.
Yes, please.
All right. But yeah, you fly into the docks of the moon. Basically, a big old moon. A section of it, like a crater, opens up. You fly into it. The ship is secured. He says, "Well, welcome to my dormitory."
When he's talking about this, is talking about like a building or his particular area?
So the moon itself has been split up into 15 basically sections, one for each of like the major duchies of the Sagaland. So this entire crater, the above it and the bottom, like the underneath of it, is technically a dormitory. And there's a
But
building
when we
on the top of it in the crater that's also like a big garden.
Yeah,
Also,
when we say dormitory, are we talking about like the entire building that has
you.
a bunch of people that live
Yes,
there?
whole bunch of people
Okay.
that live here. Also, thank you for the raid, raiders.
Hi, Raid!
Welcome to the stream. Yes,
We're probably just about to wrap up.
we
Yeah.
we are very close to wrapping up. But don't worry, you can see what happened on the VOD or on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, we can raid again.
Yes.
But as I was saying,
For coming.
as you're all exiting the ship and making your way into the dormitory, a older astral elf with sort of purple hair that's been tied into a bun is making her way down the path towards you. And as she does, she just puts her hands on Aaronhart and says, "Oh, my lord, thank goodness you're back. I apologize, but things have been absolutely mad since you were spirited away." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So everyone, thank
Questions?
you so much for coming to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. Give us a follow if you haven't already. It helps us out a lot. Frog will hop across the screen. And in addition
It's
to
so
that,
cute.
it is very cute. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, Phyrexia, Collector's Booster Box opening. plus a whole bunch of set boosters. So if Magic the Gathering is something that interests you, come and check that out.
Or just a chance of Will maybe squealing in joy.
There is a good chance of that.
Or crying. You
Or
might
crying.
see Will crying.
I don't know why I would cry. I am
So you
Enjoy
didn't
or
get any of the
disappointment.
good cards.
I am thinking about doing like a professor-style booster box game where I see if I can get the value of the box back in cards.
Also, is this the collector's deck that has like the Black Lotus on the back of the card?
No, this is
No.
not
Okay,
that
good,
one.
because I
This
was like,
one-
I'm pretty sure
this-
you can't
this
use
is-
those in.
This is the box that actually has a card in that Jinji Ito did.
Oh, nice.
Of course, Jinji Ito did one for Firex.
Yeah,
of course he did.
Jinji Ito did Elish Norn,
Yeah.
which, if you know Magic, is cool.
I don't know.
Poor McKenna.
This is a whole other.
Don't pity me for not knowing anything about
No.
Magic the Gathering. That's a
Pity you.
boon.
I don't like her. I don't like her as a character, and the reason I don't like this set, anyone who gets assimilated becomes instantly a less interesting character.
All right, but we are going to go and say hi to Q Times. So thank you all so much for coming to tonight. Don't forget to check out those many other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
Bye.